please. Will you please get up? Clive. For God's sake, don't just lie there.
Why not? It's my life, just. Despite all your efforts to take it over. So leave me alone. Thank you, darling. Oh, that's better.
Hangover?
No, not in the least.
Really?
Well, not a bad one. Nothing that a stiff drink wouldn't put right.
Of course I'm taking it seriously, Mrs. Unwin.
I don't think you are.
Well, why else do you think we've come out here?
It was at the end here. He was creeping along.
Creeping, madam?
You have heard the word?
Well, I just wondered in what way, you know.
No.
Well, was he standing up creeping or... Well, you know, crawling along creeping? Oh, I'm just trying to picture it, that's all. I mean, in the middle of the day, you thought somebody would have noticed.
I noticed.
Oh, yeah, I meant other people. If it was that odd.
Presumably, he didn't want anyone to notice. All I know is that as soon as he saw me looking out, he started to run, as if he was scared.
And where did he go?
Straight out the other end. Leads out onto the avenue. I only contacted you because it was on the television.
On the television?
Last night, I was making my hot milk. The television was still on, one of those little films. It said that if you see anything suspicious, don't hesitate to tell the police. So I didn't hesitate. That's why I phoned you this morning.
But you recognise the man?
Of course not. It was much too far away.
What he was wearing, though, you recognise that?
Well, I suppose so. It was rather odd.
How do you mean?
Well, he was wearing a funny hat.
A funny hat?
A Macintosh. An old Macintosh.
Oh, so you don't think it was a neighbour, then?
I assume you are going to do something about it?
It'll be recorded as a complaint, madam.
That doesn't answer my question.
That means we'll keep an eye on the place whenever one of our men's passing through.
It would reassure me more, Sergeant, if one of your men could be posted here. Who knows what he was after?
We're not in a position to offer personal policing, madam. Not unless it's a rather more serious matter than this. Manpower doesn't run to it.
We do pay our rates, you know. Quite exorbitant rates.
How dare you open my letters?
It's my business as much as yours.
Not if they're addressed to me.
Oh, don't play stupid games with me, Clive.
I will not have you sticking your fingers in every single aspect of my life. I won't put up with it. Whatever the mess we're in, I still have some rights.
Please, Clive, don't do this. Let's not.
Why don't you get the maid to clear it up? Or get little man in?
Okay, it's 8:38 here at Radio Pennine, and we're in the Golden Oldies Hour. Now,
Goodness,
one
you might
from
dirty
Oxalogo
your hands.
by Gallagher and Lyle. It's Breakaway.
I watched this.
Do you need custody message, ma'am?
No?
Well, we caught our night burglar. Gave us a bit of a chase around, but he...
Complaints file, Joe. Can I see it?
It's just the usual, ma'am. Noisy dogs, noisy kids, noisy music. For a quiet place, we get an awful lot of complaints about noise, ma'am.
Probably that's why. Lavender Drive. A friend of mine lives in Lavender Drive.
Oh, I've just come from there. Lady would rather like a personal bodyguard.
Yes, well, they do tend to think we're their own private police force.
Well, you can tell your friend not to worry too much. We've had no burglaries reported in that area.
I might just do that. No problems, George.
Apart from the usual.
Good.
You reckon we ought to offer our assistance in some way?
Well, that's what we're here for. Morning.
About that, another gem from the past by the Nashville team.
This is
Now then,
ridiculous.
it's Tuesday.
reading.
It's 12 after 9.
Don't shush me. How dare you talk to me like that? Now go to school. But you're late already. There'll be no point going soon.
Why are you looking at houses?
I don't know.
You must be cracking up then. We've got a nice house. You're a pride and joy. Have you got it so perfect that we've got to move on now? Is that it? That was a joke in case you didn't realise. I do know what's going on.
Hello.
Linda? Is that you, Linda? It's Kate.
Oh, hello.
What's the matter? You sound awful.
Oh, nothing. It's just a cold. It's a bad cold.
Are you sure?
Yes, really.
Well, perhaps I better ring back another time then.
No, I'm all right. It's just first thing, you know. Well, it's nice to hear from you. You don't think I'm going to let you go now, do you? I'll probably have to wait another couple of months before you ring again. Well, was it anything special?
Well, if he threatens you, give us a ring. Yes, we're open all night, sir.
Have you got the complaints file, Joe?
It's George. Fine, you do that. Not at all, sir.
That lady in Lavender Drive. What number does she live at?
14. Can I get you a cup of tea, Matt?
No, thanks, Joe.
We'll have to talk to her.
You will.
I saw the police, Linda.
Oh,
To be perfectly honest, they didn't seem to share my concern.
well, I must say, I do tend to agree with them. People do use the footpath. Kids going to school.
It wasn't a child. It was an adult.
Well, perhaps...
He didn't look anything like a child.
Well, it could have been
He
something...
ran when he saw me. Why would he do that? Oh, if I'd only seen his face, but he wore a sort of hood. Last night I hardly slept. Every time there was a creak or the windows rattled. You read about it all the time. Women on their own.
Oh, I'm sure no one would know.
Of course they would. It's very kind of you to try and reassure me, Linda, but I am not by nature an hysterical woman. If only I knew someone in the police. Don't you know someone? Someone who might bring pressure to bear? A word in the right ear, that's all.
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
I'm touched by your concern.
Well, we just don't want you getting struck down, Mom. Keeling over in the course of duty.
You might have to take over, you mean? Don't worry, I'm not planning to get a heart attack.
People don't. Not usually. It just creeps up on them.
Quite the opposite, as a matter of fact.
No.
If you must know, I've been thinking. I've decided it's time to plan my life better. I'm too work-bound. I'm getting boring and obsessed.
Yeah, no, you're not, Mum.
Thank you. Better late than never. Still, proves my point. The end result is not only I suffer, but the work does too. So, from now on, organisation's the thing. Get it done in working hours. I know it won't always be possible. I'll be here when I'm needed, but don't rely on me being here when I'm not.
Well, we just wanted to say if there's anything we can do.
Well, just realise I've got my own life to lead. Even though I'm not married, I've still got friends, people I like to be with. So, I'm off to lunch.
Doesn't sound like being married at all to me.
We don't have to play. It's nice just seeing you. That's the main thing.
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit low at the moment. Nothing serious. What is it?
You're not going to tell me?
No. No, really. It'll sort out, I'm sure.
Fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
Anyway, it's not fair to burden you. I'm sure you've got quite enough on your plate.
Isn't that what friends are for?
To burden them? No, I don't think so. I'd call that an imposition.
Or trusting each other? Wanting to help? Depends which way you look at it.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
How's your work, Kate?
Fine. Fraught, but fine.
But you managed to find time to have a drink with me. It can't be that fraught.
It's always fraught.
But why today? At such short notice.
I've made a resolution to keep things in perspective. Not to let friendships slide.
Is that really the reason?
And because you sounded so upset. Why? Is that wrong? I'm not that inhuman, you know. Work doesn't occupy my every single waking thought. That'd be fatal for the work as well as me.
I hope that's true.
What do you mean? Thank you. Linda?
I thought... Well, a couple of your men came round this morning to my neighbour's house. I thought you were probably following it up, you know. I mean, you're a policeman too, aren't you? Not just a friend.
You know why they came round?
Yes. Mrs. Unwin, my neighbour, she told me.
Well, you're right in a way. I suppose I thought it was curious, the coincidence. Knowing that there'd been this report and that we'd been round, and then hearing you so upset on the phone. I was only worried for your sake. I still am. I don't generally go chasing up minor complaints personally. I'm perfectly willing to believe this is a coincidence, because for a start, I can't possibly imagine what the link could be. Why don't you reassure me, though? Or can't you do that?
He's in there now. He must be still in there. Why don't you force an entry? Knock the door down.
Let's get this quite clear first. You're sure it was the same man?
Yes, he was wearing the same clothes. He went straight through into their garden.
You actually saw him go into the house?
Yes.
You saw him break in?
Yes. Well, no, not exactly, but he must have done. How else could he have got in? By the time I got to the gate, he'd gone. And then, just as I was turning back, I saw him. Well, I saw his back disappearing through their kitchen door, and then it closed behind him.
Right.
Not going to answer the door, is he?
Just in case anyone's in, madam. It really wouldn't do to knock the door down if the owner's sitting inside having his tea.
I've told you there's no one.
The same. Yes? Is something the matter? You're the owner of this house, sir? Yes? Why? Well, just your neighbour thought she saw someone behaving suspiciously around the back.
I did. He broke in. I saw it.
You would have noticed, sir. And this lady says he came in here. I mean, if you're upstairs, they're big houses.
No one has broken in. I promise you that. I've been in the kitchen having a late lunch. I think I would have noticed.
And you haven't used the back door yourself, sir, in the last half hour or so?
No, I haven't.
But I saw you go out first thing.
That's right, Mrs. Unwin, but you didn't see me come back, apparently. Must have been too busy looking out of your back window, watching out for phantom intruders. Now, if you'd been standing in your living room, you'd have seen me drive up clearly enough.
Where's your car, then, sir?
In the garage. Now, if you don't mind, I've come back loaded down with paperwork. I'm very rarely able to get away before 6, and I was hoping to have an uninterrupted afternoon, so if there's nothing else...
I'd better have a look inside, sir, just to make quite sure.
Look, I've already told you.
All the same.
Well, I'm hardly likely to lie about it. Unless, of course, the intruder has got a gun trained on me from the hall, which I assure you is not the case.
I dare say. But I'd like to check, just the same. It wouldn't look very good if somebody had got in. I mean, without you knowing.
Well, I don't seem to have much choice, do I?
Thank you, sir.
It's good of you, Mrs. Unwin, to keep such a close eye on our house. I've been meaning to thank you for a long time.
Oh!
I'm not offended. You've every right to tell me to mind my own business.
I didn't tell you.
Well, not exactly.
I've got to think of Clive. I've got to be fair to him. He wouldn't want me to tell anyone. I know he wouldn't.
What time do you call this? Bumped into Brownie Barker, bought him a drink. Do you remember him? He's been inside 4 years. I was explaining the current political climate to him.
You were?
Yeah. Told him about the Police Act. How if he puts a little finger out of place, we'll have him hung, drawn and quartered.
Is that the Police Act?
Well, if you don't know that, Brownie Barker certainly doesn't. A well-spent half hour, I reckon. Talking of long breaks.
What was that?
Nothing, man.
She doesn't even look sweaty.
You really are clever. You're so clever.
Shut up.
No, I mean it. Congratulations, your timing's marvellous. I go to lunch with Kate Longton, trying hard not to seem too depressed, and while I'm out, you have the police round. Isn't that clever?
Don't blame me. It's that old bitch.
But you shouldn't have come back, Clive. We agreed.
Oh, what does it matter?
Of course it matters. They'll compare notes. They're probably comparing notes this very minute.
I thought she was your friend.
She's also a policeman. She was suspicious enough anyway.
But we haven't committed a crime. So why don't you tell her?
Because I've been trying to protect you.
Me? You're not trying to protect me. It's your own self-esteem you're bothered about. How the neighbours see us, what your friends think. Oh, don't you kid yourself, because you certainly don't kid me. Not anymore, anyway. I could have coped with all this if it hadn't been for you. I might have been able to anyway. Chilly understands. She doesn't think I've stopped being a human being. She's not ashamed of me. How does it make you feel knowing that your daughter regards you with utter contempt? That she cannot stand the sight of you? That your daughter hates you? I'd like to know, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel as good as it makes me feel? Oh, I hope so. I really do. You bastard, you evil bastard! Stop it! Stop it, you man! No! Stop it!
For God's sake, leave there. What do you think you're... Oh! Oh, God!
Well, it's just as they're friends of yours, Mum. I thought you ought to know.
You're saying that Mr. Markham was lying?
Well, yes, Mum, I suppose I am. I mean, as far as I can tell. You see, he said he'd brought a load of paperwork home, but there was nothing there that I could see. I looked around the whole house, for the alleged intruder.
Well, it's probably in his briefcase or in his desk.
Oh, maybe. But then I saw this hat and coat on the bed, and they fitted the description Mrs. Unwin gave. And he also said he'd driven home, said he'd left his car in the garage. I had a look just as I was going. The garage was empty.
Well, did you tackle him about it?
Well, no. I thought I'd have a word with you first.
I don't know, Brian. All I'm saying is, if he's taken to nipping home in the middle of the afternoon in funny clothes, the mind boggles, don't you think?
You're speaking to me as a married man now, are you, Mum?
I don't know, Brian. All I do know is that Linda is very unhappy. I think it's best if we keep as far away as possible and let them sort it out. Yes? I see. Thanks. Yes, I will. Cancel that.
Sorry, Mum.
What I just said. I'm going right over.
Your neighbour said she heard shouting, you see, and a scream.
She's a neurotic. Haven't you realised that yet? Well, it's understandable. Her husband died last year. It's difficult for her. But you don't want to take what she says too literally.
So there was no row then?
Well, we had a disagreement, a bit of a row, but that's all.
So how did you cut your hand?
Is this really necessary?
There was a record of the call, sir. I'll have to make a report.
I cut it on a glass. Stupid of me, I know, but there you are. I was washing it up and it broke in my hand.
I see. Useful thing to have, is it?
What's that?
It is a dishwasher, isn't it? Thing that does the washing up for you.
I'm afraid I get rather irritated with all these gadgets. I haven't got much time for them.
I see. I'll get it, sir.
Thank you.
I'm getting used to lying to the police. I seem to be rather good at it.
Cut his hand?
He's saying it was an accident. He broke a glass while doing the washing up. Said they had a disagreement.
What does she say?
Not a lot. I'd say she had a go at him, but I don't know how, man.
Where are they?
In the kitchen, man.
Thanks, Joe.
Hello, Kate.
Clive. Hello, Linda.
There was no need for you to come, Kate. It's all been a silly misunderstanding, really.
Would you like me to have a look at that cut, Clive?
It was an accident. I told you, Sergeant.
It looks a bit uncomfortable.
Not really. Well, just a bit, yeah.
Why don't you let me have a look at it? For your sake.
Let her, Clive. Please.
Okay.
Come on, let me. Sit down. How did you say it happened?
A glass. I was washing up. I was drying it too hard. And well, it just shattered.
It's a bit too deep and clean for glass.
I can't know what it looks like. I'm telling you what happened.
The pieces are in the bin, Kate. Over here.
There is a broken glass in there, man.
You see?
Well, I think you should go to hospital and have it looped out, whatever the cause.
There's no need for that.
May need some stitches to stop it scarring, and you'll need an anti-tetanus injection. Sergeant Beck will drive you there.
It won't take long, sir.
I'll get my coat.
I think it's time you told me a few things. In fact, why don't you tell me everything?
I don't know what you mean.
Come on, Linda. I thought you were more sensible than that.
I don't know what...
Or are you really so proud you'd risk another row like that? He might be more serious next time. Have you considered that?
Don't.
Has Clive lost his job, Linda? Is that what's happened?
Do you mean I've been wasting my time? All my efforts didn't fool you? I'm sorry.
Tell me if I've got this right. Clive is driving to work as normal every day.
Do we have to go through all
Linda,
this?
I'm in a difficult position. You and Clive have concealed information from us. That's true, isn't it?
Go on, then.
Well, he parks his car somewhere. Where does he go?
He parks at a railway station so he can get the train home.
Then what does he do?
Anything to fill the time. He even goes after jobs sometimes. Or he used to. He's lost the will now. He's been turned down too many times. He's too old, you see. At 39. They like them young in computers. For 4 years, he did marvellously. He could sell anything to anyone. Then, I don't know, he was ill. Exhaustion, really. Everything went to pot. You see, when your sales go below a certain level, when you're no longer the golden boy, well, there's always someone waiting. Someone a few years younger. They were generous. Gave him the car. Gave him quite a handsome golden handshake. But they've destroyed him along the way. All three of us.
I'm so sorry.
That was 5 months ago.
He's been out of work for 5 months.
I couldn't take it in at first. Couldn't accept it. I didn't want Jill to know. She's coming up to her O-levels. We developed this routine. Clive couldn't bear being here all day, so he'd drive off, as you say, park the car, go to the library, stroll around, go to the pub even sometimes. He'd fill his whole day like that. But then Jill found out.
How did she react?
She understood how Clive was feeling, how depressed he must be. She blamed me for not doing enough, for not doing anything, she said. But how could I? My life was in tatters too.
She's only a girl. Everything's so cut and dried at that age, isn't it?
Anyway, he started sneaking back. He couldn't bear being out all day, frittering the days away. But we've done so much damage to each other these past few months. Every time we see each other, we get to screaming point so quickly now.
And today?
We surprised even ourselves today. We reach new heights. Nosy neighbours, the police. I told Clive she'd see him, but he won't listen. He's past caring. I have to drive him in my car to pick up his car every evening. Isn't that absurd? To say nothing of the waste of petrol.
Linda, I've got to ask you this. Did you attack Clive with a knife or something? It wasn't a cut from a glass, was it?
No. It was the bread knife. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? But he was saying how Jill hated me. I know, she does. But at that minute, it was just too much. I'd have been so happy if he'd been lying there dead then. I would.
Thank you very much. That was Inspector Longton. Your wife says it wasn't a glass. You didn't cut your hand on a glass. She said it was a bread knife.
Is that all she said?
She said she was holding the bread knife.
Holding it?
That's what she's just told Inspector Longton. Not what you told us, though, is it?
No. I didn't want to get Linda into trouble. I knew the police would never understand.
Try me.
Well, it's true. She did have the knife. She grabbed hold of it. She was upset. She didn't know what she was doing. We'd had a terrible row. I'd said terrible things. She did not attack me with it. She just stood there holding it. I was scared. I admit it. I panicked. I tried to grab it from her. And that's how I got myself. She pulled away. My hand slipped.
You're willing to make a statement, are you, saying that?
Why do you want a statement? It was an accident.
Hello, Jill.
I recognise you quite. Is everything all right? Nothing's happened.
Nothing serious.
Where is everyone?
Well, your mum's in the kitchen. No, not for a moment. She's had a bit of a shock. She and your dad, they had a row.
Where is he?
Well, there was a slight accident and he cut his hand. One of my men's taken him to hospital. He may have to have a couple of stitches, that's all. He'll be back soon.
They were fighting, weren't they?
I wasn't there. Your dad says he was doing the washing up when he broke a glass.
He would do, wouldn't he? But it's not true, is it? I can tell. I can see from the look in your face.
Look, that's what I'm trying to find out. Your mum and I have been talking about it. It won't take long. So would you mind waiting in the living room?
Was that Jill?
Yes.
Where is she? I want to see her.
I've asked her to wait in the living room because I still don't quite understand what happened. It's important that I know exactly what happened.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think you do.
Oh, Linda, I told the sergeant it was an accident, that you were holding the knife. I tried to grab it from you, my hand slipped.
Joe?
In the other room, sir, please.
Is that it? Is that what really happened?
Yes.
Are you sure? Look, I want to believe you, Linda. But you said something to me earlier. You said you'd have been happy if he'd been lying there dead. Those were your words.
But there's a difference between thinking and doing, isn't there?
Yes, of course, but I have to be sure. Well, as sure as I can be. Look, I want the truth, Linda. Did you attack Clive?
No. What he said is the truth.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's the young girl. She hasn't been to the hospital, or if she has, she didn't talk to anyone.
How about friends?
Well, I've rung up everyone I can think of.
You don't know half of them.
That's probably where she is. She's probably sobbing her heart out on some friend's shoulder. Or else she's sitting somewhere feeling silly, wondering how she can come back without losing face.
Can I borrow your car?
I put out a description. All my men will be looking for her.
Maybe I stand a better chance than a policeman.
Well, she wouldn't go in there, would she, sir? She doesn't sound like that sort of girl.
What are you talking about? That sort of girl. She's a kid, isn't she? Kids are all the same.
Oh, is that right?
It is, yes. The thing about kids is you don't know them. You think you do. You think you know them inside out, then wallop, right between the eyes. Just like that. I don't know what hit you.
Nothing to do with... Well, nothing to do with Simon, is it, Sarge? If you don't mind me asking.
I do mind.
It's more comfortable in the sitting room, shall we?
If you'd like to.
She will be all right, won't she?
Hang on there a minute, Danny.
Right, Sarge.
Where's your car, sir? Back there? Yes, why? You want me asking what you're doing here, sir? Looking. Thinking. Is that a crime? Just checking. Oh, yeah. What happened to your hand?
I cut it.
So how long do you plan to stop here, then?
Until I finish thinking. Is that all right?
Look, what is this? I haven't done anything, have I? Oh. If I have, perhaps you could tell me. Live round here, do you, sir?
Yes.
Where exactly, sir?
You mean you want my address?
If you don't mind.
Why?
Well, I thought, if it's on our way, we might drive you home. Don't you think that would be a good idea?
Oh. That's very kind. I can drive perfectly well.
You sure about that, are you?
Anyway, I'm not planning to go home. It's the last thing I want to do.
You're married, are you? Do you think a chat might help?
Well, that's what we're having, isn't it?
Now, in the warm, over a cup of tea. Things don't seem so bad sometimes if you talk about them.
Yeah, well. Why not?
Will you tell us, please, Julie? Why did you do it?
I told the policeman, the one who found me.
Well, I think we have a right to know.
Come on, lovey. Come on.
I just thought, walking along the high street, all the shops with the lights, I just thought, well, if it wasn't for all that, all those things that they're trying to make you bear. Well, I know it's dreadful losing your job anyway. Dreadful for everyone, I mean. But it wouldn't be so bad, would it? It wouldn't be quite so bad. I mean, if there weren't all those things that you've got to bear. I suppose you'll say it's silly talking like that. Silly and unrealistic. You're probably right.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to talk to your parents, Jill. If you'd wait outside a minute. George?
Kate, I don't know how to apologise.
You know I can't ignore this, any of it. We'll have to submit full reports.
I rather thought you would, yes.
Well, what'll happen to her?
As I said, the arresting officer will be putting in a report.
And?
It's a first offence. I'll take that into account.
Will she go to court?
I can't say officially, but unofficially, no. Not this time. She'll probably get a caution. But if anything like this ever happens again...
It won't. Believe me, it won't.
I hope not.
You've been a very good friend, Kate. Thank you.
I can assure you friendship doesn't enter into it.
No, but we do appreciate it.
I'm only doing my job, Clive. I'd say the same to anyone in your situation. Now, as for what happened earlier, are you still saying it was an accident?
Oh, yes. It was an accident. That's the truth.
Very well. There were no proceeding.
Is that all?
What else do you want me to say?
Perhaps I could see you again soon, Kate. A game of badminton?
Not for a while. Do you think?
No. No, all right.